Good morning. It's been a really early one. It's just gone 5 AM, but I was up at 3:30 this morning. I've waited until I've actually got to the location for today's shoot, simply because I was so tired getting up and then having to drive here. It's going to be an interesting one. I'm going to a little owl hide, and I'm not sure how much video I can actually do whilst I'm there. The hide will actually have 4 photographers there, actually 3 others. I don't know who they are, so just out of courtesy for them, I'm not going to be doing pieces to camera in that hide during the shoot, but I will try and video some of the action, and obviously I'll also include some still images like I've done on my previous videos. The session is only from 5:30 through to 8:30, so I have 3 hours in the hide. It's a very grey day, it's trying to rain, the temperature's looking quite good, it's about 15-16 degrees C. But I'm just wondering at what point the light's going to actually come up. So what I understand from the hide is there is no glass front, as in the other hides that I've used before for birds. I believe it's just a curtain. So I think that's going to really help with regards to the lighting levels, or at least the exposure meter that's on the camera, and I probably won't have to push my ISOs too high. So I'm hoping I'm going to get some really great shots.
Glenn, the owner of the hide, set up the perches just in front of us. On the left side of this frame you can see the trees where the little owls have nested, and clearly you can see it's an overcast day. It wasn't long before the first owl flew into one of the perches, and there's some feed in amongst those perches which attracts the owls. With the different perches there are a range of compositions available. Pretty much one of the first images of the day was one of the best images of the day. The owl made eye contact and I was able to get a nice soft background to the image, which is really an important aspect of the aesthetic to any wildlife image. As you can see with the owl feeding, it's really about timing, anticipating when the owl will look towards the lens and getting a good shot. And it's important to remember to change to portrait orientation from time to time depending on the composition. Getting a shot of the owls in flight proved extremely challenging. You can see from this clip the speed at which they take off, and they give few indicators that they will take flight for you to anticipate the shot. We had a visual on the owls in the trees where their nests were located, but the conditions were very overcast. With the general lack of light and the distance, this position didn't make for the best photography. I had the position on the far right of the hide, and the trees were to my left, so I didn't have the best angle to try and get one of the owls actually flying into the perches. The hide had a camouflage curtain for the lenses and a small window above that provided a visual onto the trees to spot the owls from their nests. One of the perches was a hollow tree trunk which provided a natural frame for the owl. This was probably the most frequented perch during the session, so provided a lot of images.
I finished in the hide, and it was a very wet, dull and grey day. Light was really difficult, but we did actually have hide curtains rather than glass, so that did help. And yeah, I got some really good images. There seems to be an adult little owl and a very young one that came down, and it was quite interesting. One of them put on a right show, stretching the wings, and got some great images there. So today's video is shorter, as I said, because I was with 3 other photographers sharing the hide. It really wasn't fair on them to kind of do my usual type of video. I did take some video shots whilst I was in there, and yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the commentary. If you liked today's video, please subscribe and check out my other videos, and I'll catch you next time.